Hello students, today we are going to read and understand chapter 2, that is A Gift of Chappals, written by Vasantha Surya. It is an extract from a book Mridu in Madras, Goru Chakka Turns Up. So before we start, Mridu is a young girl growing up in Madras, now called Chennai, with Tapi, her grandmother, and Thatha, her grandfather. One afternoon, Tapi takes her to her aunt Rukumani's house to meet her cousins Lali, Ravi, and Meena. So, in this chapter, Mridu lived with her grandparents Tapi and Thatha. One afternoon, Tapi takes her to her aunt Rukumani's house to meet her cousins, that is Lali, Ravi, and Meena. This chapter has two parts, but today we will read and understand only part 1. So let's start. A smiling Rukumani threw open the door. Ravi and Meena rushed out and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. Wait, let me take off my slippers, protested Mridu. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. Those were grey, actually with dust. You could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. Here, protested means complain and scrawny means thin. So when they reached Rukumani's house, she happily opened the door and welcomed Mridu and Tapi inside. Ravi and Meena rushed out and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house as he wanted to show something to Mridu and did not want to waste any time in doing so. Mridu protested that she wanted Ravi to stop pulling so that she could take off her slippers. Ravi stood pulling her and Mridu was able to take off her slippers. She put them neatly near a pair of other chappals which were large and black. After looking closer, she saw that they had become grey in color due to all the dust on it. This meant that the owner of the pair of chappals didn't clean his chappals before wearing them. She also noticed that the chappals were so dusty that one could clearly see the marks of each toe on front part of the chappals. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny, means that the two big toes of the owner of that pair were long and scrawny. Next paragraph. Mridu didn't have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were because Ravi dragged her to the backyard behind a thick bitter berry bush. There, inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand, lay a very small kitten lapping up milk from a coconut half shell. Here, backyard means the garden behind the house and lapping means licking. So Mridu couldn't get much time to think or even ask about who the owner of the slipper was as Ravi again began pulling her. He dragged her to the backyard and took her behind a thick bitter berry bush. Over there lay a tiny kitten. She was inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand. A half-shell coconut lay beside the kitten from which it was lapping up milk. Next paragraph. We found him outside the gate this morning. He was mooing and mewing. Poor thing, said Meena. It's a secret. Amma says Pati will leave for our Paddu Mama's house if she knows we have a cat. Here, Pati means grandmother in Tamil. So Meena explained that she and Ravi found the kitten outside the gate on that day's mornings only. She said that they felt sorry for the little kitten as she kept on mewing to gain their attention. She also said that this was a secret as their mother says that their grandmother will leave the house if she knows that they have a cat. Next paragraph. People are always telling us to be kind to animals, but when we are, they scream. Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here, said Ravi. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitchen? Patti saw me with a glass in my hand just now. I told her I'm very hungry. I want to drink it. But the way she looked at me, I had to drink most of it to throw her off the scent. Then she wanted the tumbler back. Patti, I'll wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. Here, creature means living beings. Throw her off the scent means mislead her so that she won't understand the real purpose. Tumbler means a glass which has no handles, and feed means to give food. So after Meena finished, Ravi started complaining about how unfair elders are. He said that people were always teaching kids to be kind to animals, and when they scream and order them not to bring the animal near them and even describe the animal as a dirty creature. He then explained how hard it was for him to get just a little milk from the kitchen. His grandmother saw him with a glass in his hand. To mislead her, he lied and pretended that he was hungry and wanted to drink it. However, the way she looked at him confirmed that she didn't believe a single word of his. Then, to make her less suspicious, he had to drink the most of it. And when she asked for the tumbler, he said that he would wash it himself and that she shouldn't go to such trouble just to clean a tumbler. He assured her that he could clean it himself. Then he had to run and pour the rest of the milk into the coconut shell, and then he had to run back to the kitchen before Patti could come and see him. Then he said they had to figure out some other way of giving food to Mahendran, that is the kitten. Next paragraph. Mahendran? This little kitty's name is Mahendran? Mridu was impressed. It was a real name, not just a cute kitty cat name. Here, impressed means felt or showed admiration. So Mridu couldn't believe that the cute kitten had such a strong name. She was impressed as it was a real name. It wasn't a cute name which people usually give to their pet. Next paragraph. Actually, his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punna. MP Punna for short, if you like. He is a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava king was? Don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. Mridu giggled. In this paragraph, fine means excellent or rare, ancient means old, expectantly means confidently with an expected look, and giggled means laughed lightly and repeatedly in a silly way. So Ravi said that kitten's full name was actually Mahendra Verma Pallava Punna, and in short it was MP Punna. He then told Mridu that Mahendran was a fine breed of cat and his fur was like a lion's mane. He said that the girl knew that the emblem of the ancient Pallav king was a lion, meaning that Mahendran was the same breed. He then looked confidently at Mridu and expected her to believe him, but she giggled instead. Next paragraph. Think I'm joking? Well, just wait. I'll show you sometime. It's clear you don't know a thing about history. Haven't been to Mahabalipuram, have you? He said mysteriously. Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his Thathas, etc., etc. Fact is, Mahendran here is descendant from that very same ancient cat, a close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion. The Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. Ravi went on walking around the bitterberry bush, waving a twig up and down, his eyes sparkling. This cat is a descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worshipped cats in the ancient Egypt. Here, Thatha means grandfather in Tamil. Descendant from means comes from. Sparkling means shine. So when Mridu giggled, Ravi started explaining how he just said was not a joke. He said he was clear that Mridu didn't know a thing about history. He mysteriously asked her if she hadn't been to Mahabalipuram. He then said that when he went there with his class, he saw a statue of Kitten's ancestors. He told them that Mahendran is a close relative of the Pallav lion, which was the emblem of Pallav dynasty. Ravi went on, walking around the bitterberry bush, waving a twig up and down as he explained, his eyes shining. Then he said that Mahendran was a descendant of the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. He reminded them that people worshipped cats in ancient Egypt. Next paragraph. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged looks. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. Huh, I'm telling you, this cat is descendant from the Egyptian cat god. No, god is busted. Yeah, that's it. So, here demanded means asked in a stern way. Bastet means an Egyptian goddess. So Meena and Mridu listened closely to how Ravi was explaining the relation of Mahendra with the Pallav emblem. They exchanged looks. Mridu asked what the ancestors of Mahendran has got to do with their present situation. Ravi then told her that Mahendran is descended from the Egyptian goddess named Bastet. Mridu still couldn't understand. Next paragraph. Well, one of the descendants of that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallava ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is. Ravi flourished his twig at Mahendran. MP Pune here. Whoop! He shrieked, very pleased with himself. Here, stowaway means someone who hides himself or herself in a ship or an aircraft to travel unnoticed. Flourished means waved. Shrieked means screamed. And pleased means happy or delighted. So Ravi said that one of the descendant of Bastet had hidden itself in one of the Pallav ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant was Mahendran. He waved a twig at the kitten. Then he shrieked with joy. He was pleased with himself as he thought he had discovered something important. Next paragraph. Mahendran looked up alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell. But worse than Ravi's awful whooping was a screech from the window. What a weird sound! If Mridu was startled, MP Pune was frightened out of his wits. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried towards a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. Trying to hide beneath it, he tipped a few chilies over himself. Meow! He howled miserably. In this paragraph, alarmed means shocked or frightened. Sharpening means making something sharp and pointy. Weird means strange or unusual. Startled means to move or jump up in fright or alarm. Frightening out his wits means very scared. Scurried means run. Beneath means under. Tipped means put. Howled means roared in pain. And miserably means sadly. So Mahendran was scared by Ravi's whooping sound. He had been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell when he heard Ravi's whoopee. But then came a sound weirder than that. It was a screech from the window. Mridu was startled, but her fright was not near to what Mahendran got. He was frightened out of his wits. His fur was standing on end. He bounced up from the torn football sack and ran under a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. As he tried to hide, a few chilies fell over him. He howled miserably under the tray as he didn't want to be frightened like that ever again. Next paragraph. The screeching went on and on. What's that noise? Said Mridu. That's Lali learning to play the violin, grunted Ravi. Here, noise means unpleasant sound, and grunted means made a short, low sound in the throat. So the screeching noise kept on coming from the window. Mridu asked what the noise was. Ravi replied that the noise was coming from Lali, who was learning violin. Next paragraph. She'll never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train whistling on and on, while Lali's all the time derailing, going completely off track. So Ravi informed Mridu that Lali would never learn how to play the violin as the music master played the violin well like a train moving very quickly and smoothly, whereas Lali, who was trying to follow the master, was going outside the railway track. Here, explanation of part 1 gets over. We'll understand part 2 in the next video.